We turn our attention to Mid-American Conference basketball. Let's welcome in Buffalo's men's coach, George Halcovage. Coach, second year in charge of the Bulls. Last year, 8 freshmen, 9 and 22. This year, 16-11, right in the middle of the chase to make the MAC tournament. What have you seen relative to the progress from for the program from last year to this year?
Yeah, in this day and age, with the portal and all the other things that we deal with, if you could get old, you're going to have a chance night in and night out to just be able to grind, because guys that have been through those battles. So we knew it was going to be hard last year to maybe come up on the right side of the win column as much as we'd like to, but we were building our foundation. I felt like that year 2 was a year for us to really implement our culture, and we did that. And then we retained some really good players. Ryan Sable now in his 3rd year, Noah Batchelor in his 2nd year, Tim Oboe in his 2nd year, who had a lot of game experience for us last year. And then we were able to then, get some really good players. We finally had resources to start building momentum on in that regard with rev share and NIL. So we were able to get more resources to be able to go out and then go to the portal and bring in, a lot of guys around those guys that obviously have allowed us to propel the program to where we're at right now.
That takes me to Freitag, one of the guys that comes in and second in the MAC in scoring. You've missed him for a number of days. Are you hopeful to get him back? What's the status? Obviously, second in the MAC in scoring. That's a big loss when you can't have him on the court.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to replace a guy that's that dynamic offensively. So it's got to be a collective team effort, which we were able to do a really good job of in 2 of our last 3 games at Ball State and against UMass in a really tough road environment. And we got the win last game. But even offensively, though, I thought against Northern Illinois, we were right there and had a shot to win at the end and really played a great first half. That was just more of our decision-making than anything. But we're close to getting him back day to day. Hopefully we get him back in the next game or 2. We'll see where he's at for Tuesday's game against Akron. But can't say enough about Daniel. What an incredible year he's had. Obviously can score the ball, but also plays great team basketball and makes the right plays offensively. And then I think the biggest thing that he gives us is the physicality defensively as well. Is something that obviously you'd like to have right now.
All right, so another one of those guys that you mentioned, Ryan Sable, and he is knocking down threes. 94 already on the season. What have you seen from him in his development?
Yeah, Ryan, I think, has developed into a complete offensive player, where he doesn't just have to play off catch to shoot. He can play off the dribble. He's doing a great job as a decision maker. Last game, 10 assists. Didn't shoot the ball great, but 10 assists, only 2 turnovers against UMass, against a really tough physical team. So he's really developed his decision-making, his playmaking ability, and being able to score at all 3 levels. I think that's the thing that's opened up his game the most and really made him more efficient, is that he doesn't just have to catch and shoot to really be effective. He can do other things. Now, part of that, too, is I think we have really good players and are able to have more dynamic pieces around him, so there's a little less pressure on him maybe to just have to go create shots for himself. So that's part of it as well. And then the other thing is he guards the other team's best shooter night in, night out, and he could just play. He could play 40 minutes if we need him to, and there's not really that much drop off. So just really proud of him. He's our leader, our captain, and we go as his mentality is its best. Our team's mentality is its best. So he's done a great job of that, especially while we've dealt with adversity here over the last kind of 2 weeks.
Another guy that has to put a smile on any coach's face, Tim Oboe, has doubled the amount of rebounds from a year ago, tripled his blocks total defensively. What kind of an impact has he had in those rebounding and defensive things that are so important to – those usually add up to wins?
Yeah, Tim's a sophomore big that had gotten some really good game experience last year. Last year was his first time playing basketball in the States, right? He's from Great Britain, never played overseas, here. So I guess never played here overseas for him. But he's just developed a really smart player, great skill set. He's learned how to physically use his body inside and be able to use his body inside while not fouling defensively, but also be a great, efficient player offensively. And I think that just comes with time and experience. And as you get time and experience and you're a guy like him, you're going to gain great confidence. And he's gained great confidence and has done a great job for us and continues to just get better day by day. He's been tremendous. Was a big time game last game against some really good bigs, 15 points at UMass. Made 2 free throws to ice the game in overtime. Just can't say enough about his growth.
All right, so 7th in the Mid-American Conference, top 8 make the conference tournament, Rocket Arena here in downtown Cleveland. What's the message? Handful of games left, currently 7th. What's the message to the team for these final 4 or 5 games?
Just one game at a time. You got to focus on one possession at a time, one game at a time. Don't look at where every other team's at. Don't look at, don't get caught up in the middle of a game thinking, oh no, what's going to happen if we don't hold on to this? We got to just focus on the things we can control. We talk about having a great attitude. When you go on the road, you have to have a road attitude where you're playing away from your home. We've done a great job of that this whole year. And we got to continue to do that and just have the confidence that if we keep playing the way we have played over the course of the year, things will go our way if we can control the things we can control. So that's what we talk about. Obviously, we want to be in Cleveland. We know what's at stake over the last 5 games here, 4 games. I think 4 games now, right?
Yep.
We just got to keep grinding and keep doing it one day at a time, one possession at a time, and that gives us our best chance.
Before I let you go, Miami unbeaten in the conference. You lost to them by 2 in overtime, or by 3 in overtime, and by 2 in regulation. Does that kind of show you what can be? You're right there with a team that has not lost in Mid-American Conference play.
Yeah, I mean, we were confident. I said this. We went into DePaul, and they're playing well in the Big East and in the middle of the pack of a Big East team. And we went in and were able to get a really good lead at half at DePaul early in the year, and then able to finish the game there and win that game early on. I think it was our 3rd game. So we know that we got to go in confidently wherever we go play. At Miami of Ohio, we have a 3-point lead, and all we got to do is get that rebound and regulation. And, hey, sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. They make an incredible shot. They're a really good team. And then we go to overtime, and, they get us. And then we had them here, and it was a grind-out game, and we had a shot to win it. So we know that, obviously, they're the top team in our league. They're a great team, top 25 team. We know we're capable of being there with them, and we're capable of winning that game. We just got to give ourselves a chance every night. And the best way to do that is just focus on playing our best basketball at the end of the year and keep getting better one game at a time. And, if we do that, there's a great chance, hopefully, that we get to see them or a great team that's playing really well at the end of the year as well.
Coach, appreciate your time so much. Best of luck as you battle and staying in that top 8, making it to the MAC tournament here in Cleveland. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Go Bulls.
Time to take a look at the Mid-American Conference men's standings on the road to Cleveland in the MAC tournament. 4 teams have already punched their ticket to Rocket Arena. Miami is on the number 1 seed spot, currently undefeated in MAC play. Akron right on their heels. Kent State is 3rd. Ohio is 4th. They're in. Now it's Toledo, Bowling Green, Buffalo, and UMass currently in the top 8 that would advance to the Mid-American Conference tournament. Still 4 games left. As for our game of the week, it's Saturday. UMass travels to Bowling Green. Both teams fighting for one of those top 8 spots. UMass fell to the Falcons in overtime, 101-100 back on January 3rd. Minutemen are led by Leonardo Bettiol, who is scoring almost 18 points a game. Falcons have Javante Campbell, who scored 47 in that first meeting against UMass. He's averaging almost 19 points a game. That's going to do it for this edition of Sports for CLE. Want to remind you, tomorrow we will join you from Radio Row at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, Indiana. We'll have an entire hour from the Scouting Combine. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow at 4 on Sports for CLE from the NFL Scouting Combine.